I'm Anna-Karin. I'm a Swedish interior designer, but I've lived in Australia just as long as I've lived in Sweden. I studied interior design in the UK, in London, and I started Anna-Karin, our design studio, when I first came here to Australia, almost 30 years ago now. So the very first time I went on an airplane, I went with my 3 siblings and my parents. My uncle had just moved up to the north in Sweden, and we travelled through airplane, which was such a novelty. And I remember landing in Kiruna, which is the northernmost city of Sweden, and I was struck by how incredibly different everything was to where I was from. The flora is different, the fauna is different, everything. It was like I had travelled into a different, part of the world, right? Even though it was just a few hours north on the plane. So the collection is inspired by that trip. It's called the Kiruna Collection from that town. And each rug, there's one for each one of us, the 4 siblings. And it's based on the little trinkets or the souvenirs that we were allowed to take with us home from that trip. The rug I'm sitting on now is fjäll, or mountain. So fjäll is mountain top in Sweden, or in Swedish. And this is kind of loosely based on my brother Kalle's item that he got, which was a little wooden ladle, and it had these carvings in it that reminded me of the little mountain tops and the diagonal patterns in them, and little mountain peaks everywhere. So this design is kniver, or knife, and it's inspired by my older brother Lasse's knife that he got on this trip. And the handle of the knife had this interwoven, intricate crisscross pattern in it that I try to interpret into this rug. This rug is treva, or tree, and it's based on this little reindeer leather coin purse that my sister got. And on it, it had embroidery that I interpret as tree roots. But now when I look at it, I'm wondering maybe they were reindeer horns actually. And that's where these patterns kind of come from. So I'm sitting on bloom, or flower, and on our trip I was lucky enough to get this little doll, which was a girl dressed in traditional Sami outfit. And their artworks were incredibly intricate and detailed and colourful. And over her shoulders were a scarf with tassels, and that scarf was embroidered in this gorgeous floral pattern, and that's sort of where this rug, Bloom, is loosely based on. So I hope that these rugs will, in some way, shape or form, make you feel when you sit on them, when you lie on, that there is a strong connection to nature and the feeling you have when you're in nature. We can never recreate nature, I believe, but there is in me a strong desire to find a way of bringing nature into our urban lives. The Kiruna Collection, all the solutions to design lies in nature.